Welcome to Coily Crowns. I'm Ashante.
And I'm Lori, and welcome to our queendom.
So before we start, I'm sitting here in a whole turtleneck because it is 40 degrees. I think it finally reached up to 40 degrees today.
That's hot for y'all.
Here in Maryland. So I've been to Florida taping, came back to Maryland thinking, oh, I missed out on all the cold weather. Now it's springtime, and Mother Nature was like, you're going to get some cold. So I'm up here freezing and trying to keep warm. I have a little heater next to me and all of that. Yeah, I'm ready to get back to Florida.
Meanwhile,
meanwhile.
It's 75 degrees here. Let me make sure. So this is what you're missing.
You don't have to check it. It's okay. You don't have to like.
No. I want to be truthful in my estimation of the weather it's down here. Okay. Oh, yep, 75.
Thank you. All you missing was like the picture of the map below you and saying like 75 here in
sunshine. Okay, sorry.
Anyways, today's episode, we're going to be reviewing the latest episode of Married at First Sight. Mm-hmm. And
we just want to know, Dr. Pepper, you all right? Where are you?
Mine says free Dr. Pepper because we have not seen her, maybe the first episode?
The first episode when she went to the couple's homes. That was it. I don't know what happened, Dr.
I hope she was okay. She didn't get COVID or anything. I haven't seen anything online, but
I want them to reuse the old talking head and just stick it in there, because I know they do all that pre the season, so they could have just recycled one and be like, just stick her in there so she could have some presence on this show. Line? She just gone.
Oh, well, hopefully she'll be back soon. We'll see her live and in person. So this episode, Must Love Dogs, and I thought it was actually later on we'll get to it. I thought it was actually cute, or they did that one little segment with the new dog dads, yeah,
dog dads,
and the dogs, their wife's dogs. But let's get going and let's see. Who do you want to talk about first?
I have Vincent and Brianna first.
Okay.
We'll just go ahead and get them out the way because they just cute and cute. They ain't got nothing really going on.
They're just like the only match that that they got right. The only couple that they got right. So, right, there's not much to say about them. Everything is just,
exactly. I think he just needed to get over himself, maybe being on TV. Mm-hmm. Maybe he was like embarrassed by certain things happening in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
But I think now that he's kind of getting over that, he realized that Brianna's on his side and has his back. I think he's probably relaxed a little bit more. Mm-hmm. This episode, they just had, they were reminiscing about the boat ride that they had for their 1 month anniversary. And I just thought it was so cute how he was going through all the places he wanted to go. And she was just like, so I'm gonna have to go get me another job to support all this. Where are you taking me? And he said HOME. I was just like,
I thought that was the cutest. I'm like, so Charlie really can joke with each other, like right. They're getting each other's humor. Yeah, that was cute. And then when they did the little bike ride, and he let her win, and he was like, yeah, I'll do the dishes, I'll clean the kitchen, it's no problem. That's
right,
my husband's duties or something. So yeah. Aww.
I think this is cute. Yeah, they're just so cute. That's my couple. That's Brianna. That's what I call them. Brianna with a V. So I like them. I'm telling you, they're my only hope. So if they crash and burn, we just throw the whole season away.
Oh.
We'll just act like this never happened. You know how like elevators, like hotels don't have a 13th floor? This will be don't have 12 season.
Just disappears.
Never happened. 0. So it was like, yeah, what other season like that for me? Miami. Just throw it all away. We don't need none of that. It was 3 couples. It was just a mess. So hopefully Vincent and Brianna come out okay, and then we could remember season 12. If not, then throw it all away.
Yes. Okay. Well, then Virginia and Eric next on your.
We're gonna get to the drama. Okay. Virginia and Eric.
Listen, there's no more Paige and Chris, so they really are the next drama-filled couple that we're gonna focus on.
But this is to me, this is normal Married at First Sight drama. This is like normal, where they just don't get along. Maybe they have issues communicating. They're just not a good match. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of drama I'm used to. That Chris and Paige stuff was just
was
Ugh. So
ever happening again.
No.
Hopefully.
No. I have down that he is jealous of this girl's dog, and I don't understand what's wrong with him.
He's jealous of the dog.
I mean, he was just having this whole fight with her. I guess the first scene we see them in, they're in the bed and they're just having a discussion about how he doesn't want Rocky to come in between them because he feels like he can't say anything about Rocky. And then, she's super sensitive about everything that he says. And it's like they talk in circles. And I think it's because he doesn't really listen. You know what I mean? And so she's getting super frustrated. She ends up leaving and going to walk Rocky and talking to the producers when she's outside, saying like he understands that, Rocky means something bigger than just a pet. Like it's something that she got while she was depressed. It's like symbolizes how he kind of brought her back out of depression or whatever. Mm-hmm. So everything that he says about this dog is more than just what you would say about a normal pet. You know what I mean?
Talk about dogs. Cody's over there just shaking and making his presence known.
Hi, Cody. He's like, what? You talking about my friends? What? But yeah, so what did you think about that whole scene, that first scene that we saw where they were kind of just talking like around each other?
My first thoughts were I can't stand Eric. I
can't either.
I cannot stand him. And again, like I said last week, this is the wrong show. He should have signed up for 90 Day Fiance.
Right.
He wants a very submissive wife that's just going to sit there and just say, yes, sir. Okay, whatever you want. Mm-hmm. And I mean, not to say that foreign women are submissive like that, but it's something he can dangle over their heads. Like, if you want to get
not legal.
Yes, you want your citizenship. You have to follow my rules and what I say. So that's what I get from him. And that whole scene, I'm just like, you can start seeing her body language and he's not picking up on that. And like you said,
I just wonder, like, because he was acting so confused, like, I don't know what happened. And to me, she's saying, hey, let's not do that. She's basically like visibly shaking. Mm-hmm. You can see her eyes are tearing up. And he continues to kind of try to steamroll her. So it's not oh my gosh, why are you so upset? You can see where it's going. And you continue to keep down the same path without retracting and saying, oh, whoa, I don't mean to get you upset. What's happening, and kind of stopping himself. His way of ending a conversation is saying, if you don't like it,
you know what you can do.
You're not stuck here. Yeah. I'm just, like, we can end this. And she said, if you say it one more time, I swear I'm gonna punch you in the face. And I'm at home like, punch him in the face. Because he's gonna say it.
You know it. That is so rude. I can't stand that. Like, why is that your go-to the whole
every time?
You're in a marriage.
Every time?
You're the expert, since you want to always bring up what a marriage is supposed to look like and be.
I've done this
and you don't just run away when there's something and use that as your crutch of, this, if I don't get my way, well, if you're not willing to change, well.
Right. And she said that. She said, what have you changed for me? What have you had to change about yourself that you've done for this relationship, like you're telling me to do? He had nothing to say.
Virginia stood up this episode. She really spoke her piece about certain things, calling him out about how his actions they come across controlling. She said that very nice way instead of just flat out calling him controlling.
Yeah.
But you know how she phrased that. And and saying, because he was getting on her about how marriages, you have to compromise, you have to change. And she's like, so what are you doing? What have you done?
Nothing.
But berate her, belittle her, and make her feel like she's the issue, which coming back around at one point she calls him out too, because he turned into like he's the victim of things. And she's like, how did this get back to you?
What? Right. Because it's always about him and what he wants and how he wants it, and like it's only on his side. And he's super condescending to her, I guess because of her age, or because he feels like he is the expert, like what you just said, that, oh, I've done this before, I've lived with someone before, I've been married before, whatever. So he comes off super condescending to her. And then he also contradicts himself, because he's like, when he's ready to kind of talk her off the ledge, because it's gone way, way past where he thought it was going to go, because she's actually speaking up. Then he's like, well, I don't want you to change who you are. I don't want you to do this, but you also have to compromise. And so that goes back to the same question. What are you compromising on? You want everything to go your way, and you want it all because you say it. And that means I have to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out what happened that night before, because they gave snippets, but I get so lost.
I couldn't figure it out either. What I could gather was they were somewhere out,
right?
And she disappeared. He said she disappeared
for like 40 minutes.
To the bathroom, and then she came back to the bar. And he couldn't find her for 20 minutes, and that caused the commotion. I don't know exactly what the fight was about. Was it that she disappeared and he just didn't know where she was? He said he was worried about her.
And she said, if you were that worried about me, you didn't call me, you didn't text me. So how worried could you have been? So
he needed to see her and he couldn't see her.
Right. That's why I was confused. I was like, wait, did they go somewhere together? Did he meet her somewhere and she was already out and he couldn't find her? I was just confused about the whole situation. And then she was like, well, I went to the bathroom, then I went to the bar. And I was just like, what is this?
It wasn't clear exactly what occurred. It wasn't. But in the end, I think it goes back to, again, his controlling issues and needing to know where she is, her checking in every hour, right? Text or call.
But he don't want to. That's what I'm saying. He don't want to do nothing that he want her to do.
Yeah.
And then she brought up her cat. She was like, I miss my cats. I was like, there go the cats. I knew she had to get rid of them cats. So what's the plan when y'all move together? What, 3 weeks from now? What's going to be the plan?
Now, I was about to say, maybe it's an apartment thing. Maybe they can only have so many.
No, because she was in an apartment.
The apartment that they live in, though, they all moved into.
Oh.
But I know Jacob and Haley, they got like 4 dogs, I think, living.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the total number of animals would be with them. I don't know. It could be because of his allergies.
That's what it is. You know it's because of him.
Laura, I'm doing that one finger quote, his allergies. That they must be somewhere else. So at the end, when I was looking at them and they kind of seemed to reconcile, I don't know if that's really what happened there. They started reminding me of, I remember their names, Beth and Jamie from that season, where it just looked like this is not going to work out. But then here they are happily together.
Okay, that wasn't supposed to work out. So we can't, that's an anomaly.
That's I know, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, would that be something if that happens here again? I don't know, girl. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. I can't see it, but I didn't see it then either, like what you said. So sure. They did have one more scene which I got confused about again too, where they were sitting on the couch together and they were talking in circles again because I just can't understand. I can't follow the path.
Mhm.
And it looked like maybe they had a discussion off camera and then he was on camera trying to bring it back up. And she was just like trying to kind of, save face and continue, but it was really bothering her. So I'm wondering if he's like, I don't know, trying to set her up or trying to force her to make commitments because off camera she is sticking up for herself and maybe on camera she's a little bit more demure. Because she just looked like, listen, we done had this conversation again. I'm done with this. And it was so funny to see when they went off camera, they went in the room and they were arguing. That little dog was sitting there like, what? Like my parents are arguing in the back and sat on that couch. And he a wild dog. He was just like, So I don't know if they resolved that issue because that's how their scene ended. I don't think we saw him again after that. Did we?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think they ended like that at the end of the episode. It was not good. So yeah, I don't know. I can't see it. But who am I? I said
either. Like I said, with the other couple, it was very surprising that they stayed together. Because even after they, not to start going a whole nother season, but after they stayed together, I was even like, I don't know why they decided to do that, but
they still together.
Are still together.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What do we have next? I have, going in order, I guess what was shown on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
The three girls that got together, Paige, Brianna, and Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
So that was actually, I think, a very good meeting conversation that they had. One, going back to Virginia, they openly discussed mental health and how all three of them have at some point had received therapy and was able to acknowledge where they need some support. Paige opened up and talked about, finally her and Chris kind of, that's it. And that's, so what were your thoughts on that? That's what I have so far.
Have you been to therapy?
I have.
You said no?
I have.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think I've been to therapy by myself before. Why can't I remember? I don't think I've been by myself. I've been to therapy, but not individually. But yeah, I think it was important to have that discussion. Just saying, you need to protect your mental health. And it is important to do that, I guess, separately before you get into a relationship, especially something like this. This is drastic, just to make sure that you're prepared. So I did like that they discussed that. The meeting, I guess, just to reiterate why it's good to have that kind of friendship level support system was good to see, and that they can have an outlet so, people can understand what you're going through because they're going through the same thing essentially.
Right.
Because you can see the girls meet up again at the end of the episode, but I guess we'll get there. But for this meetup, I mean, that was it. They really just each talked about stuff that we kind of know about that maybe the girls didn't know about it with each other.
Right. So. And they were open. I think that was a very important part, because sometimes when they do come together, they're not really being open. They're, oh yeah, everything's good. We're enjoying it, blah, blah, blah. But, they have their issues. And so
I think this season they've been really open. Mm-hmm. I mean, if it's good, how open can you be? If it's like everything is going well, then you're going to say everything's going well. But if somebody really have issues, you're probably not going to say it's amazing, we do this, when you kind of know, like, I'm so sorry, Paige, or I'm so sorry, Haley. because it's not working out, like how it is for you. So.
All right. Okay. So then what happens?
I have Haley and Jacob next, but I don't know if I have the right order. So
go to them.
So yeah, Haley and Jacob. I just have that they had a normal conversation when they were at home on the couch, and I just still don't see them making it.
Yes, I said they are communicating finally. So they were actually sitting down and conversing, and it did not go left where Jacob said something to kind of rile Haley up. So I mean that was a good conversation. They went go-kart racing, and I thought it was cute that they were kind of having their little going back and forth with each other, being competitive. But then Jacob just seemed like he just had this serious face. Like I was like, well, did he start taking that really personal that she beat him and was kind of teasing?
I don't know. I think the music also plays with our minds because they be setting stuff up. I just feel like they're just awkward.
Just awkward? Because it wasn't just the music for me. It was like him with the sunglasses on. He just was like, oh, yeah. He wasn't like verbalizing anything. He was just kind of like, yeah, okay. So
I think that's his personality. Yeah. I don't see him. He doesn't look like he gets super excitable. Maybe around guys he perks up a little bit because it's like bros or whatever, but he just doesn't seem like he knows how to relate to, I don't know. They don't have like a flirty energy.
No, but I guess for me, when I in this scene, when I was saying they were kind of going back and forth with the being competitive, he was talking, he was being, no, I'm gonna win, blah blah blah, that kind of talk, and then it just seemed like he just shut down, and that's
after where she was bragging,
right? That's where I'm saying that, like, well, did he start taking it personal because she won? What? It wasn't just being awkward, but I was like, maybe, I don't know. That was just what I thought in watching it. Like, oh, he just become a sore loser because he lost. Like, it's go-karts, I think it's actually cute when they have like the little banter back and forth, and it could be going back to Brianna and Vincent. They little banter going back and forth on who was gonna win. It's cute. But
yeah, but you could, the energy of that interaction, you could see it's different. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that the energy is not there. No. No.
At all.
Okay. Well, that's pretty short for them too. We'll talk about them a little bit more later. They actually
the double date.
Yeah, they double date Paige and
I mean, we can talk about it now.
Oh, okay. I said Paige accidentally, not Paige, but Brianna and Vincent. They went on a double date with Haley and Jacob to a sunflower farm.
Pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
Yep. It was cute because Cute and Cute were there, so it was cute.
No, it was cute, and they kind of were talking about what's going on with them as couples. Haley expressed what happened the previous week of the anniversary, but that seems like things were kind of moving forward with that. That's something I got out of it. Wasn't a lot of.
Yeah, I guess they were just like Haley was being open and Brianna was like giving her advice, maybe. And then so it was the girls split off, the guys split off, and then they switched. So then Brianna was kind of talking to Jacob, like, like, how's it going? Just trying to gauge how he was feeling. And she was not giving advice, but kind of just giving suggestions. And then the producer was like, well, why don't you just tell them that, that they need to communicate or they need to work on their communication. She was like, I mean, I could say anything, but they got to actually do the work. So,
all right.
I mean, I don't think if you like somebody if you both like each other, I don't think somebody else needs to tell you to, hey, you need to communicate. Um, because it's not just it's not like you're talking about, oh, you need to communicate about money, or you need to communicate about, what your future plans are. This is like on a level of, I don't like you. So how do you give advice to be like, you need to communicate. If you don't have a feeling, you don't have a feeling. I don't understand how communicating more.
It's gonna help the situation.
And maybe I'm missing it. But usually when people are like, in a marriage, you need to communicate, it's because there's specific issues that you're used to handling individually that you have to realize you have a partner now. But where's the attraction gonna come from by you forcing me to talk to you? No, I don't know. I could be off with that, but I just don't see how this is gonna go. And it just seemed like every time they're together, I get the energy from Haley is like, just shake your head and smile. It'll be over soon. And then he's like, yeah. And then he's like, is she liking me more now? I can't tell. Like it just, they're like, they're in their heads, and I just be like, just leave me alone. Let me take my dog and go. I don't want to do this anymore. So
dog and go.
So that's all I have for Haley and Jacob.
Okay.
I have nothing else.
Claire and Ryan.
I have Paige next. If you want to talk about Paige, or you want to save it,
we can go there.
Paige, I was so excited that she had family come visit her.
Finally.
Like, yay!
Finally. Where have they been?
I don't know. I was like, can y'all move in the second room so she got somebody here? And it was like she had so much. I could have wrote like her whole speech of how she was feeling. And I feel like that's how we've all been feeling for her while she was going through the process.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just glad that she's found her voice, that she's kind of shaken off the love or lust vibes that she's had, and just really realized that this man has been playing her for a fool the whole time. And just getting that wake up call. I don't know if it was the last situation, because that's kind of what she was focused on, about him basically trying to turn this around on her.
Yes.
About not communicating and blah blah, and like, you're not into me or whatever, when she's been the one that's been doing basically all the work, and he's been throwing bombshells and grenades at her constantly.
Right.
That maybe she needed that wake up call to be like, girl, what you doing? So I was glad to hear that whole speech. What did you think?
Yes, I was like slow clapping as she was talking, like, yes, Paige, your eyes are finally open.
Yeah.
And she, really acknowledged that she was just focused on the marriage, the concept of being in love, of being in marriage and being in that. And that's what she was, that's what kept her in that relationship for so long. Then she just realized she had to do what's best for her.
Yeah.
And Chris definitely didn't have her best interest in heart at all. So
whose interest he got?
His own.
Anyways, we'll talk about him. We'll talk about him afterwards. But
so that, I was like, yes, her brother, I think, he didn't say anything to me that was like, aha, but it was still, I think, maybe just having that another person just kind of confirm what she said, to say, yes, sis, yes, take care of yourself. I mean, again, where have they been? Like, they must live out of town or something to not have shown up. And like we said previously, like, not even a phone call is like, we didn't even see or hear anything. So I'm just happy now to finally see somebody that's in her corner, that's there.
Yes. And I know she kind of mentioned that, you don't want to go through a divorce and all this kind of stuff, but girl, get an annulment. Okay. We don't have to get a divorce. You don't have to have that stain on you, that stigma. And make sure he can't touch your money, girl.
Oh.
But I know you mentioned that the brother didn't say that much, but although I hate this advice that basically this situation is preparing you for something bigger and
Trouble.
greater. I hate that advice, but it is still so true. I can look back over certain situations in my past where I'm just like, I get it now. But when you in it, it's like, what in the world? Like, why me? Like what she said, why me, Lord? What are you doing? What are you trying to teach me?
Yeah.
You know, and you can't see it. And then when you move on to either another relationship, you realize what your non-negotiables are, what you will and will not take, what kind of, you know, personality, characteristics, everything that you need. You will know that you don't have time to play games. You're not going to just wait 2-3 months to figure out this person don't like me or don't respect me, don't have my best interest at hand. You're going to know that from Jump Street. And so I think sometimes we have to go through this. We have to go through this naive state because we don't know any better. And this is going to be her wake-up call for the rest of her life. So
yeah, I agree. I don't think anybody will be able to come in and pull another Chris on her. She'll see it right away and be like,
absolutely not.
Oh no.
Out of here. So, but I was happy to see that. I was just so excited that somebody was there for her, had her back, you know, helped pick her up a little bit, even though she kind of already was doing the work and getting better. But I was just wanted to see somebody in her corner that
yes,
her. So
okay, to the fraud then, Chris.
I ain't got no notes for him, so I'll just follow your lead. I didn't feel like writing his name down on my notepad.
So I have Chris. His mom came and he met with her and told her that he asked for a divorce and all of that. Of course, he didn't give all the details of what he did and how they got there.
Yeah. But she looked like she already knew that.
Yeah, I think well, you know how you say what you want to say. Like he may have given enough information, but not details. You know, like
I don't think she knows the details.
And like, what, Chris?
Yeah,
Christopher.
Plus, he's not going to tell his mama that. There's certain things you're not going to tell your mom, but I think she knew about the divorce in like the highlight, like
right? The basis of what's going on. Yes. But he was interested to know what kind of advice that she was going to give him. And I was like, what kind of advice were you looking for?
Somebody that agrees with him. That's all he's looking for. And she was just like, I see why that girl don't call you back. What you talking about? What? He's like, yeah, she don't talk to me. She don't call. She never answers my phone calls. Shut up. Answering your phone calls.
That's all that he was tied up. And going back to the last week, oh, she does not finally not giving him no attention. Now all of a sudden he being a big baby like he is. But I feel like too that the mom, I don't know, it's her baby, so I guess she's not gonna berate him too much. But kind of like, dude, do you really know what you just put this girl through? Like naming, listing everything that, like, yeah. Y'all need to just go y'all separate ways. So that's all I have with them two. And that was it. We ain't see him no more after
we don't need to see. Nobody even asked for this man. This is how bad it is. The guys meet up, they don't even say, where's Chris? How's Chris? Have you heard from Chris? Nothing. Zero. They act like he was never on the show.
Chris who?
Never on the show. When the couples meet up, nobody even says, well, how is he? Do you know anything more about? Nothing. Okay. And usually that doesn't happen. Usually somebody's, even if they don't like them, be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I talked to him and blah, blah, blah. Nope. Like nobody talked to him.
Zero. So yeah. So we can go to Clara and Ryan.
That yoga. Clara could have kept her money. I don't think thought that was gonna help at all.
This man laughed at her and was just like, yeah, I know. What was this? She thought she was gonna get some that night. She thought she was gonna get some at the 1 month. She thought she was gonna get some after this yoga class. And he was just like, no.
No. Yeah. Not interested at
Still,
all. Just doesn't
still,
do
still
anything.
that. So she getting even more frustrated with him just being so nonchalant with this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she was mad at him for basically pay attention to her dog more than
To her.
that's how he's showing his love. It's like I'm caring about something that you really care about, but she is so frustrated, and I'm just like, so she's mad. So there's that. Okay, sorry. So there's that whole scene with him and her, whatever. I don't know if you have more to say about that, because I was gonna move on
No.
to how the episode ended. So she's venting to the other girls like, we do everything else.
At the very
I
end.
get him off every night, and he still won't have sex with me. And that's all I'm asking for. I don't know what he's waiting for. I don't know what he needs to feel. I don't know what else I need to do in order to get him to have sex with me. And I'm thinking, girl, why are you getting him off every night?
He don't need to have sex with you. He getting satisfied.
Stop. That's how you do it. Stop. You're like, okay, we ain't doing nothing.
But he like, oh yeah, I'm good. Turned over and everything. I'm good.
Give him some sexual frustration. Let him feel that. That's all. Just dress up real nice and sexy. Toot your booty up on it. And then be like, nah, if you want something, you gotta eat in here. That's it. So I was just like, girl, that's why he don't want that. He's like, I'm good. I could do this forever.
He don't need no penetration. He like, I'm good.
Oh my God. I was like, this is why. Girl, I don't know what's going to happen. She was so upset.
I know. She was going off that night. Like, oh.
I was just like, that makes so much sense now. I was like, Dr. Viviana, call this girl, tell her to stop the foolishness.
Yes.
Cut it off. Okay? Because he's just like, yeah, whatever. And I don't even know what his timeline is. Like, what is he waiting on for that?
So, and that's what I wrote. I was like, they need to talk. She needs to be very blunt. Like, listen, what is your timeline? What do you have in mind? Which I think from last week or even this week, he was kind of like, he doesn't know. He doesn't really have an idea. Listen, we got to come up with something, because you're going to continue to not know whatever until what? You don't even know what you're looking for. Let's put a timeline on this and see if we get there, and let's talk about it. Because like I said, he's satisfied. He'll keep on going. He no need to set no dates, do anything else. He good.
Not me. You're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna cut this off. We gonna be dry. We're gonna be dry together.
In holy matrimony. Yeah.
Like, what? I mean, I just was like, girl, that is your whole problem right there.
You doing everything. That's what was so confused, because she's like, yeah, we had sex. Well, we actually haven't had sex, but we done everything else.
Right, doing everything else. And I was like, I thought it was like, maybe once or twice. She said every night. I was like, girl, no.
Like Laura said, cut it out. Then you'll make some grounds there. Huh? Anything else with them too?
No. Okay. I still don't see none of this, but whatever. I don't know.
The guys got together, right?
So we're gonna go to your favorite little segment where they were talking about the little dog thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they said. All I saw was just like, what is this? Because I was trying to multitask. And I was like, wait, they're doing that? And then I turned around. All I saw was Chris. And he was an absentee dog.
Chris said he don't give a F about whatever the dog name is. I said that right there was all you needed to know. Who is surprised? He cares nothing, absolutely nothing about Paige or her dog or anything.
Nothing. He cares about Chris.
That was it. Yep, that was his second appearance, and that was it on the show.
That's all. So I missed the taglines for everybody else because they did them like they were couples. I was just like, wait, why do they have two pictures?
I missed that too. They just went to each. They were saying that this is the first episode, the first season that each wife had a dog. And right. So they put up the dog picture with the husband and then showed an interaction between the two. So of course, the cutest one was Vincent and Cookie.
Oh my gosh, yes.
He was on a dancing with Cookie. He was holding
talking about Cookie, like it was the love of his life. He's like, yeah, Cookie's such a great girl. She's such a diva. Yeah. I was just like, Vincent, really? Okay.
But as someone who has a dog, I think that is so cute. And it's very important because the dog is a part of your life. And so to have that person be able to come in and show that they care about the dog because they care about you, it right. does mean a lot. It means a lot.
Right. So. Especially if you're not a dog person. I can see if it was like Jacob who has dogs already.
Dogs, right.
Or Eric. But Ryan and Vincent who don't have dogs, they're coming in like really invested, try to learn more about the dog or just spend time with the dog and walk your dog. It is important. It was just like Vincent was just over the top for me. I was just like, okay. And then they had little montages while they were walking their dogs and they were running to each other and be like, oh, how's your dog? Oh, how are you doing? Whatever. So I thought that was kind of cute.
Yes, that was cute. Okay, those are all the notes I have. So the guys did meet up.
But it was mostly about their dogs. They were talking about the dogs.
Oh, that's what it was too. Okay.
I don't remember them talking about nothing much other than
Eric, yeah, he was kind of talking about the whole Roxy thing and that dog.
How he trained his dog and how his dog was so much better. It's like, shut up, Eric.
Yeah, he's so okay. Well, that's it. I don't really have anything else to add. No, you either.
No. That's it.
Well, Dr. Pepper, we hope we'll see you next week. You come back and join us. We miss you.
Come back. They need help.
They do. Hopefully Esperance will be popping up again soon.
Because Dr. Pepper tell it like it is. She don't say face. She just be like, wait, what? Oh no. Yeah. I like Dr. Pepper. She's straight.
So is next week, I think next week is the episode where they come and have the one-on-one and ask if they're going to commit or not or something like that. Like if they're going to continue. Is that next week?
I don't know.
Okay. Sorry. I think that's next week. At some point in the series, I think right after the 1 month, they do a one-on-one with each one and ask, are they recommitting to the end of the
I hate that. I hate those. I think that's dumb. You got like a couple more weeks. Why do you need to recommit at that time?
It's almost over now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens next week. So we'll see what goes on there. Maybe Haley and Jacob will finally say, yeah, it's a no and go their separate ways. I don't think so. I think like Haley is like, I committed to this. I'm gonna make it to the 8 weeks.
She's gonna be like this.
I'm gonna make it to the end.
Help me. No, I don't know about that.
Yes. All right. Well, before we end, going back to the girls where they were talking about mental health, we do want to encourage everyone to take care of their mental health. Go get therapy, go do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself, because at the end, like we always tell you, we want you to do what, Lori?
Protect your throne.
See you next week. Bye. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscription button, like the page, subscribe, share, everything. Okay. Yes. Let the people know about us. Bye.